on your schedule,
picking up my
and you don't have to fall into the trap that the Colts did when they completely abandoned the running game, telegraphed it, and allowed guys like Chris Jones and D Ford and Justin Houston to do what they do best. I mean, the Chiefs' defense didn't solve anything last week. They were just a team that was able to rush it, get after a quarterback who was telegraphing the fact that he was going to be throwing the ball. And again, that's what they do best, especially in their home environment. You look at the intangible stuff. Look, this Patriots team is locked in, and last week I started to get that feeling on Friday. This week I started to get that feeling on Thursday. They're extremely confident, and I think that's a good sign. Now, if you want to look at it from the other side of it, I mean, I don't know if I've ever been as confident in a Patriots team as I was in 2015 going into the AFC Championship game when they laid, an egg to start that game against the Broncos. So, look, confidence only gets you so far, gets you up to kickoff, and we'll see how they kind of handle it from there.
Jeff, I want to ask you, because you mentioned, obviously the Colts played into the Chiefs' hands last week here at Arrowhead, but I think you can make an argument that the Chargers played right into the Patriots' hands. When you look at last week with the passing game, 24 of Brady's 34 completions went to James White and Julian Edelman. He targeted those guys on 30 of his 44 attempts. Do you believe that the Patriots have to go to ancillary options in the passing game, whether it's a Dorsett or a Hogan or even a big game from Rob Gronkowski, that they can get that game if that's what they need to win?
That's a good question. I mean, that's something they're going to have to prove. The Chiefs, their defense, it's kind of a weird thing to say. The Chiefs' defense is not as good as the Chargers' defense. But the Chargers' defense showed no willingness to adapt or adjust or do anything other than what they've historically done in a Pete Carroll school-style defense. Whereas the Chiefs don't have the talent, but they're probably going to adjust if things aren't working. So, yeah, the Patriots aren't going to just be able to say, hey, Julian, run behind the linebackers, or, isolate against the slot cornerback and, give him a little double move and you'll find yourself open. Or James White, go find yourself a little space in that zone that is going to be there, and sit down and, you'll beat them 5 to 8 yards at a time. It's not going to be that simple. You're going to have to beat some man coverages. I saw a stat earlier this week. I forget where it came from, but it was that the Chiefs are one of the more heavier man coverage defenses in the NFL this season. And that's interesting because, that sort of is a little more of a weakness from a Patriots offensive perspective when you just look at it in a vacuum. That doesn't mean, in my opinion, the Chiefs have done the man coverage thing all that well. It just shows that they, again, will mix in a lot more man and, with their zone. And the Chargers weren't willing to do that. So I hope I wasn't rambling too much, but it makes sense in my head.
No, I get what you're saying.
No, I mean, and that's the point I'm just trying to bring up. I mean, look, everything went sort of, I don't want to say perfect for the Chiefs last week, but you had a team that played their game on their terms. Same thing with the Patriots. It's a team that played their game on their terms, and I'm curious which one of these teams, when they get confronted with a game that suddenly is not on their terms, will be able to adjust, withstand the storm, and play a game that maybe was not the game that they wanted to play.
Yeah, I agree. And again, I think it really goes back to, and I'd be surprised, whoever wins the coin toss, I think, is going to take the ball. And the Patriots, I think, will do it 2 weeks in a row, and I would be surprised if the Chiefs didn't do the same thing. Because the team that gets out to the hot start and is able to control again, your terms, your schedule, however you want to put it, if you can stay on schedule in this game, it's going to help you in a great deal. And if you're the Patriots and it stays close or you have a lead or whatever, obviously that's the situation you want to be in. I think it's going to be hard to come back against a Chiefs team. You don't want to bury yourself in an early hole. That was obviously a huge point of contention the Patriots had in Jacksonville, Detroit, Tennessee. I mean, they were never in those games. You can't have the same mistakes in a setting like this because the Chiefs are a far superior team, and this is a much more hostile type of environment that they'll see. So again, I think if you can stay in the game the first 8 to 10 minutes, you're going to set yourself up for a really good chance to come out with a win.
Jeff, speaking of coverages, what do you think it looks like for the Patriots in the secondary? How do they line these guys up, and who are they covering?
Well, Gilmore got Sammy Watkins in the first matchup, and I think that's probably going to be how it plays out again today. I mean, the whole world, we all want to see Gilmore and Tyreek Hill. I just don't think that that's in the Patriots' plans. It's just, I don't think that's the matchup or whatever. So I think you're probably going to see a lot of double, maybe even triple coverages against Hill. And you just don't want those things to bust. I mean, Hill ran past a lot of broken zones in the first meeting. The broken zones were a big issue for the Patriots last year against the Chiefs. Now, Kareem Hunt was a major reason for that, too. I mean, Hunt had 431 yards from scrimmage in his 2 games against the Patriots, the most of any single player against the Belichick defense in his first 2 games ever. So taking him from the equation, I think, is going to help you at least, obviously, take some of the speed off the field, but it's going to help the Patriots in terms of any breakdowns they might have. They might not get blown out for 50 to 70 yards at a time. You know, maybe you minimize some of the bad plays. And then over the middle, the Patriots have always had, Patrick Chung has historically done a really good job against Travis Kelce. It's just Kelce's damage against the Patriots has come when they've shifted into a zone, which obviously you can't play man-to-man 100% of the time. So Kelce's going to get his yards, but when he's one-on-one against Chung, again, Chung has proven over the course of several matchups that he can handle Kelce.
Yeah, I think you got to beat him up early. I think if you beat up Kelce, he can turtle. He doesn't like guys who are physical with him. And
it's already cold. He's not going to like that.
Yeah, he's a front runner.
And he is. He definitely is. And I would tell Patrick Chung early, I would even risk maybe a flag to beat the bag out of Travis Kelce in the first quarter. I really would. I would. Because I think it could end up being worth it.
If those two got in a street fight, it'd be over in the first round.
Yeah, it would be. But, I don't need that kind of violence. I just need football violence. I just need
wanted to have
Chung.
fun with the analogy,
I just
Mark.
need him to bang him hard at the line of scrimmage. That's what
Let me live. Let's not... never mind. Phrasing, Mark.
All right, Jeff.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, it has. It has been a long week, and we are now less than 2 hours from kickoff between the Patriots and the Chiefs. Jeff, appreciate the time, as always.
Thanks, guys. See you.
Jeff Howell, The Athletic, joining us from Kansas City for the guaranteed lowest prices on tires. Go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody! We're back with Paul Perillo, Patriots Football Weekly, after this on the Safety Insurance 98.5 Sports Patriots Radio Network.
Looking for an all-wheel drive? Go to Misho Mitsubishi in Danvers for the Outlander Sport all-wheel drive, only $18,900. Shop us first for the best price on all-wheel drives with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. MishoMitsubishi.com.
Clinton Savings Bank has an online savings account that you need to experience. In fact, it's called CSB's Experience Online Savings Account. If you prefer an online relationship with CSB and want an awesome annual percentage yield of 2.20%, simply go to clintonsavings.com, where it's easy to open your account and start saving.
$100 is required to open the account, and $10 must be maintained in the account each day to obtain the 2.20 APY. Other restrictions may apply. Member FDIC, member DIF. For more information, visit clintonsavings.com or call 888-744-4272.
New Year's resolutions are hard, but the Xfinity New Year New Deal is easy. Waking up the kids after a long winter break? Hard. But using the X1 voice remote to quickly find your favorite shows? Easy. Committing to a trendy New Year's diet? Hard. But watching the best shows, movies, and even live TV on the Xfinity Stream app with the most reliable internet? Easy. It's the Xfinity New Year New Deal, and it's simple, easy, awesome.
To learn more, click, call, or visit us today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas.
Hello, I'm Marcus Komblowski, GM of Apex Entertainment in Marlboro, here playing Apex Trivia with Tony Maz. Tony, question 1. How many bowling lanes do we have here at Apex?
Ha! That's an easy one, Marcus. Apex has 6 candlepin lanes and 24 traditional 10-pin lanes, which include 8 VIP lanes that are perfect for an outing and corporate parties.
Wow, that's pretty good. I can't believe you nailed that spot on.
Oh, and not to mention the brand new menu with a variety of gluten-free options, along with New England's largest pretzel, go-karts, full arcade, laser tag, and ropes course. How you like them apples?
Well done, Tony Maserati, and we hope to see Everett at Apex real soon.
Hey, New Englanders, do what I did. Be ready for the winter with the King of Snow, Aaron's, the official snow thrower of the New England Patriots. Not just a snowblower, it's an Aaron's. Visit your independent Aaron's dealer today.
Hey, it's Phil for the Oakers Company, and I'm here to tell you about Clear Touch interactive display panels. The smart and interactive way for students or staff to collaborate quickly and in real time. Interact differently with Oakers to transform your classroom or conference room into a digital collaboration space. Visit okers.com. Technology for tomorrow.
The Peterson School teaches the trades, including electricity, plumbing, HVAC, and more. With 3 convenient locations in Woburn, Westwood, and a newly opened facility in Worcester, the Peterson School is just a short drive. The Peterson School, teaching the trades since 1946. PetersonSchool.com.
Playoffs playoffs are here and the stakes are high, and that's why I'm going to look my sharpest on game day. Visit Mr. Sid right now and be ready for the big game. And right now, if you stop by Mr. Sid and enjoy the best menswear in Boston, you'll get markdowns up to 50% off. Don't be one and done for your next big occasion. The Mr. Sid winter sale is on, and it's time to take advantage of the great prices. Whether you're dressing in tailored clothing or jeans and a hoodie, Mr. Sid has the latest fashions that will make you shine on game day. Stop by Mr. Sid Newton Center or Boston Seaport District. Tell them your boy so sent you.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the best defender in the game against engine wear, provides quick, convenient maintenance service for busy people. Go to getanoilchange.com to save 15% on your entire invoice and get a drive-through 15-minute oil change. Print out the coupon or pull it up on your mobile device. That's getanoilchange.com.
Life Care Centers of America patients have reason to cheer.
Hi, I'm Greg. A recent motor vehicle accident sidelined me, but with the help of the all-pro team of nurses and therapists at Life Care Center of the South Shore, I'm headed towards a full recovery. Thanks to the expert physical therapy staff at Life Care, I'm walking again and now back in the game. Thanks to everyone.
Life Care Centers of America, helping you get back in the game. Visit lcca.com.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Turns toward Gostkowski, now to Cardona. The snap and play. Swing the right leg. Kick left into the uprights. Right down the middle. A game winner for Gostkowski. And the Patriots prevail.
It's quite a while ago. We've gone through a lot of experiences, learned a lot. We're better than we were. Sure, they're better than they were. See what happened Sunday night.
That was the last go-round between these two teams, with Stephen Gostkowski hitting a game winner as the Patriots win in Foxborough. Today, they're in Kansas City against the Chiefs. And we also now welcome in Paul Perillo of Patriots Football Weekly. He's brought to you by Franklin Pierce University. In New England, we're used to winning, and with a degree from Franklin Pierce University, you can win your dream job. Visit franklinpierce.edu. Paulie, what's up?
How you guys doing?
Doing okay. Good. Football game. Yourself?
Doing the same.
You think Gostkowski misses the kick today?
What a negative question.
Well, he's got a track record of doing this type of thing.
I'm a little concerned about the field conditions. I know Adam, was a little critical after the game last week, about the field conditions, and I don't know if that was a little bit of sour grapes. He missed, obviously no excuse for missing short kicks like that. But yeah, I mean, on natural grass, I think that's where the Patriots have not played as well, and I think Gostkowski has been a little bit a part of that with some of the road games that have not gone their way, a couple of missed kicks here and there. So yeah, it's something to keep an eye on. I never expect him to miss a kick. I think he's been just like Adam last week. It was stunning because he never misses, and I think every time Steven misses one, I'm sort of surprised by it because he's been so consistent.
I just like talking about it because it makes Chris Gasper.
Well, I didn't say anything.
Boy,
That's his guy.
That's Chris's boy, Beetle, right?
Him and Steven are good boy, good friends.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the only thing I'll say in this, look, the missed extra points, he missed them. There's no excuse for it. But he wasn't missing him before the head coach decided the play needed to be more competitive. He thought he had a real advantage with his place kicker, and it turned out he didn't, and it was a miscalculation because Steven has not hit those kicks. He's missed big kicks and big extra points during the playoffs, and I think when part of the reason for changing that rule was the Patriots thought they had such an advantage there, and it hasn't worked out that way.
Yeah, I think he's missed an extra point in the last 3 championship games they've played. The 15 AFC championship game and then the last 2 Super Bowls. So it has been an issue. There's no question about that.
Yeah, no question about it.
And then, if he doesn't miss, it won't be the last game of the year. We can save the miss for 2 weeks from now in Atlanta.
You guys are brutal.
What?
This is brutal.
Just talking track record, Chris. That's all we're doing.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
well,
go ahead, Chris. No,
I was just going to say I have a question for Paul, but I just will say quickly on Gostkowski. The field goal he missed last year in the Super Bowl, that was bad snap, bad hold. So it's not just the kicker you have to worry about in these conditions. It's the whole operation if something goes awry there. Paul, my question for you, Paul, is something that I sort of dug into a little bit during the week. When you look at this Andy Reid style of offense and his acolytes, like Doug Peterson and Matt Nagy, the last 4 times the Patriots have faced this style of offense, the yardage allowed is 537, 538, 446, 453. Do you think something has changed, and do you think that they will do a better job handling this style of offense than they've done in the past?
Well, I do think that the fact that this game is not going to be played indoors the way the Super Bowl was last year, and now it's going to be. I mean, I know the conditions aren't as bad as they looked like they were going to be during the course of the week, but it's not going to be a picnic. So I can't imagine, you're dealing with 40-plus points here without turnovers. They're just, one of those things where they're scoring every possession. I got to think the Patriots defense has played better. I think the secondary, since J.C. Jackson has been inserted into the starting lineup, has been better. I'm not expecting them to shut them down, but I'm also not expecting another 40-plus point game the way that Reed has done a couple of times, and obviously Peterson did. And you're right to include Nagy in there too.
Yeah, they put 31 on him.
Bears, and the Bears moved the ball very well in that game.
Yeah.
Too.
And Mitch Trubisky honestly didn't throw the ball that well. I mean, if he'd thrown the ball better, it would have been more than 31.
Right, and that's in the back of my mind. That's what I worry about with this game a little bit. I think back to that night. Back in October in Week 6, and all the throws that Mahomes missed early on in that game that allowed the Patriots to get that 24-9 lead. If and I understand that. Well, part of it is the inexperience in the big games, and he was probably a little bit amped up at the beginning of the game, but. He missed some wide open throws in that game, and then to his credit, he didn't let it bother him, and he came back on. I think he threw 4 touchdowns in the second half. So. He didn't let it, destroy his whole game. But if he gets off to another bad start like that, I don't think Kansas City will be able to come back.
Paul, let's stay within that theme, and that is the coaching. That's Andy Reid. In a game like this, I know that he has a reputation as being a choker over the years, having lost a lot of playoff games in his time in Philadelphia, and also now in Kansas City. Last week we watched a team and watched there be a lack of adjustments, and at times just a lack of coaching on the part of the Chargers. Do we or should we expect there to be mistakes made in coaching by Andy Reid in this game today, whether it is a lack of adjustments or probably a situation like where timeouts, clock management, things like that? Are we wrong to say that he's good for that at some point in this game today?
I do worry about Andy Reid and his game management, I guess, for a lack of a better term. I do think that the clock and the timeouts and all that stuff, I don't think that's overblown. I think that goes all the way back for us, in the Super Bowl in Jacksonville, when it just seemed like they were down 10 points and treating it like they were down 3. And then you say, well, that was a long time ago. Well, I think it was the 2015 divisional game when they did the same thing.
Yes.
Doug Peterson was the offensive coordinator, and they were down 14. And I think Peterson was the one that said after the game, or maybe later when he got the Philadelphia job, we didn't want to give the ball back to Tom Brady with too much time. And I was like, what? Like the whole plan just didn't make any sense at all. So I do think those criticisms are valid. Now, I think the difference with Andy Reid and even Bob Sutton, even though the Chiefs' defense has not played well all year, they will game plan, and they will try different things. They'll play some man coverages. They'll play some different stunts. They don't blitz a tremendous amount, but they won't just sit there and say, well, we're not getting there with our 4, so what are we going to do? That's what we normally do. And, well, our cover 3 is not working today. They will try different things, and they will go into the game with a game plan as opposed to the quote-unquote do what we do guys. I hate the do what we do guys. I mean, does that ever work? I mean, I understand if you have the superior talent, you can win games.
You have to be Seattle.
Maybe for the best team in the league with the best roster in the league.
Bill used to talk about it all the time, Chris, and I'm sure you were with many of those press conferences where we're waxing poetic about the '85 Giants. When you have Lawrence Taylor and you have these guys, you can play, sit back and play cover 2 all day and not really worry about it. Yeah. When you're that much better from a personnel perspective, you can do things like that.
Sure.
I don't think the Los Angeles Chargers fell into that category.
No, I would agree with you. Paul, what's your confidence level in the Patriots' offensive line? Obviously, they've had an excellent year, and they were a big part of the win last week. I thought they ran the ball extremely well. I thought that was one of the keys to the game because in past playoff runs where they had to lean more on the run game, it wasn't there. They couldn't punish teams. But what's your confidence level today in them in terms of being able to run the ball and also pass protect? Because as we know, obviously very different offensive line, but the last time Tom Brady played here, he was running for his life.
Yeah, and I do. You look at the commonalities of most of those postseason losses, and it involves the offensive line. Now, the Super Bowl last year was probably an exception. I thought the offensive line played fine in that game. But when you look back to those Giants Super Bowls and some of the games against Baltimore, they probably lost control of the line of scrimmage. Certainly in Denver, in those AFC Championship games, they had no control of the line of scrimmage. So I would imagine communication will be a factor today. You're just watching the first half of the NFC game, and that was a huge part of the problem for the Rams. They took them over a quarter to adjust to the noise. Obviously, it's not it's not an indoor situation, but it will be a factor, I think. So I am confident because I think they've played well. I don't think pass protection has been a huge issue on a consistent basis, but all it takes is one game, right? You don't need, you're going to look back and say, well, we played 17, 18 games, and for the most part, we kept Tom Brady clean. But if he ends up getting hit 10, 12 times today and gets sacked 3 or 4, you're not going to really take much solace in that. So I think you're right to focus on the offensive line. I also think getting off to a fast start is really important because the Chiefs are a great front-running team.
Talking with Paul Perillo, Patriots Football Weekly. Paul, we've been asking everybody this, and it's a question that I think we've been talking about all week, and that is, how do you contain Tyreek Hill? How do you cover? What do you do defensively if you're the Patriots in this game?
Well, I just think they have to do something different. I think they've gone into the last 2 games focusing on Kelsey, and I understand why. He's been great. He's the third down guy. He's the guy that's going to make drives continue. But meanwhile, Hill is absolutely destroying him. And I don't think that you can just say, we'll double him and keep him under wraps. I think Gilmore needs to be involved. I think he needs to be one of the guys. He's your best, and I think Hill has proven that you can't just bracket him and hope that he doesn't find a soft spot in the zone, because he's so fast that he ends up beating those coverages as well. And that touchdown that tied the game late in that Week 6 matchup really stands out to me. There was like 3 or 4 guys around him. He caught the ball, and it didn't matter. He just outran everybody to the sideline. So I think we need to involve Gilmore with Hill a little bit more, but there's so many different combinations. Don't ask me what they're going to do because I have no idea.
Well, I'll just say this quickly. I mean, I'll jump in on that. I mean, I agree with you in terms of Gilmore, and I'm okay with, maybe it's not a straight double. Maybe it's just safety over the top so Gilmore can play him aggressively underneath. But a lot of people have come on and talked about J.C. Jackson. My colleague, Nora Franciati, had a big story on him in the Globe. If J.C. Jackson, he's played so well, if he's as good as everybody's saying he is, then hang him out to dry. Leave him one-on-one with Sammy Watkins. And roll coverage to Hill with Gilmore already covering him, because that's what I would do. Like, I'm going to make anybody but that guy, beat me. I'm not going to allow that guy to beat me. If Sammy Watkins beats me, if Chris Conley beats me, if Demarcus Robinson beats me, even Travis Kelce. I mean, if Travis Kelce, is able to withstand the physicality and he beats me, okay. But I'm not letting that guy run through my secondary for 3 touchdowns. There's no way.
Yeah, I'm with Chris, and I think that's generally the way Bill goes about it, right? Let's make them play 10, 12, 14 plays to score, as opposed to giving them big plays. Well, they've given them big plays in these 2 games that Hill's been involved in. 14 catches, 275 yards, and 4 touchdowns. You can't allow that to happen again. I love your idea. That's what I've been sort of trumpeting all week. I have no idea how they'll go about it, but the one thing that does worry me as you say that, when you talk about all the different weapons, is that's kind of what Philadelphia had going for them in the Super Bowl. And it wasn't just about 1 or 2 guys. It was all of the weapons, the breadth of weapons. And I think guys like Watkins and Conley and even Robinson are capable of making plays. Conley's not going to catch, 9 balls for 170 yards. That's probably not going to happen. But he could catch 4 or 5, and they could be important ones, on third downs when you just can't cover them all. So I think that's a fascinating subplot to this game, is how the secondary approaches it. I like Chris's idea. I want Gilmore involved more with Hill, and I would put Jackson on Watkins and take my chances.
All right, Paul Perillo, thanks for the time. I hope we're talking again in a couple of weeks in Atlanta. It looks like the odds are increasing that it will be the Saints. They just scored a touchdown, 20-10 New Orleans in the third. All right, Paul. That is Paul Perillo, Patriots Football Weekly. Coming up next, we'll talk with Bob Sosi, voice of the Patriots. He'll help us set the scene in Kansas City. It's on the way on the Safety Insurance 98.5 The Sports Up Patriots Radio Network.
Today's game is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your family and small business. Ask your independent agent about safety or visit safetyinsurance.com. Safety Insurance. They'll help you manage life's storms.
Around here, we've got snow, ice, slush, and the ultimate SUVs to handle it all. Because Honda was named Best SUV Brand of 2019. So get to your New England Honda dealer today. Around here, we Honda. View U.S. News Best Cars at usnews.com/cars.
Get out of the cold and into an exclusive Atlantis getaway from Foxwoods. Escape to paradise and win a complimentary 4-night stay at Atlantis in the beautiful Bahamas. Play your favorite casino games to earn entries. 5 lucky winners selected each week from December 26th through February 7th only. The trip of a lifetime includes airfare, limo transportation to the airport, a $250 food and beverage credit, and more. Escape to paradise with an Atlantis getaway only at Foxwoods.
Move over, buddy cops. Watch out, table tennis doubles team. I'm looking at you, tandem bicycle riders. There's a new, better two in town. Dunkin' Go-Tos. Now at Dunkin'. A great deal for $2, $4, or $5. 2 egg and cheese wraps for $2. 2 bagels with cream cheese spread for $4. And 2 bacon, egg, and cheese croissants for $5. Dunkin' Go-Tos. An easy way to make your day twice as good. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply.
Attention shoppers, the Star Market Digital Coupon Program is called Just For You, and it's exactly as it sounds, featuring personalized deals and rewards that are just for you. As a member of the Star Market Just For You Digital Rewards Program, you can now earn rewards and save on your grocery purchases. Plus, continue to save on your gas purchases at participating Sunoco stations. Not signed up? It's simple. Just download the Star Market mobile app or sign up at starmarket.com. Other restrictions and exclusions apply. See complete details at starmarket.com/justforyou.
For years, my husband told me he was going to quit drinking for his New Year's resolution. He tried to do it on his own, but couldn't. That all changed last year when we sought medical help for his drinking problem at Recovery Centers of America. Alcohol addiction is a disease that requires medical intervention. Quitting cold turkey can be fatal. Make your New Year's resolution, take action, and call Recovery Centers of America at 1-800-RECOVERY. Recovery Centers of America at Danvers provides high-quality, affordable treatment for drug and alcohol addiction. Call 1-800-RECOVERY.
In New England, we're used to winning. And with a degree from Franklin Pierce University, you can win your dream job. Visit franklinpierce.edu.
I just bought a custom-tailored suit. Fits me perfectly. Even my wife says I look smart in it. The customized coverage I got from Safety Insurance also makes me look smart. I spent a little time with my independent agent. Yes, more than 15 minutes. And we discussed my auto, home, and business needs. Bundling saved me a bundle. But more importantly, I got coverage absolutely tailored to my individual needs. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life storms.
Hey, New Englanders, do what I did and be prepared for the winter with the King of Snow, Aaron's. Aaron's Snow Throwers, the official snow thrower of the New England Patriots, have been built by the Aaron's family for generations, and I trust them to throw the snow better than any other snow thrower out there. I've owned one for years. Aaron's snow throwers have all steel construction, cast iron gear cases, and impellers that are impossible to stop. They're the #1 selling brand of 2-stage snowblowers in the world. Machines that are passed down from one generation to the next. No, not just a snowblower. It's an Aaron's. Visit your independent Aaron's dealer today.
Here's David Andrews, football player and Ford truck owner.
This year I got my dream truck. The Ford Super Duty King Ranch. Looks great and it's a real workhorse. There's so many cool features too. It's got cameras all the way around so there's no blind spots. Tons of power and I can't believe how quiet that diesel is. Let me tell you, the heated seats and cool seats feel really nice after a long practice.
Visit your New England Ford dealer. Ford Trucks, built Ford tough.
Hi, this is Dr. Andrea McClatchy, researcher at Mass General Cancer Center. At Mass General, we know the importance of basic science. That's why we aim to understand cancer at the molecular, cellular, tissue, and whole organism levels, and to apply that knowledge to advance patient care. Our teams of researchers and clinicians work together every day to speed the rate of discovery and to meet the complex challenges of cancer.
Every day, every moment holds the opportunity for something amazing to happen. That's Mass General Cancer Center. Every day amazing. To learn more, visit massjournal.org/everydayamazing.
We have a delay of game due to a streaker on the field. Please pick up a pair of butt-naked underwear so you can feel like, and only like, you're wearing nothing at all. Thanks.
You can uncover your kid's eyes now. Get butt naked at the Duluth Trading Store, near Boston and Providence.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Safety Insurance 98.5 The Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network.
Sports Hub headlines.
It's the Patriots and the Chiefs, the AFC Championship game in Kansas City today. The Pats playing their 8th consecutive AFC Championship game. The Chiefs, their first since 1993 and their first ever at Arrowhead Stadium. Patriots completely healthy. Nobody on the injury report for the game. Kansas City expected to get Eric Berry back for the first time in a month. Pats and Chiefs, Bob Socci and Scott Zolak have the call. Kickoff at 6:40. NFC Championship game. Todd Gurley found the end zone just before the half of the Rams' first touchdown of the day. But the Saints took the opening drive of the second half, 71 yards in 5.5 minutes. Drew Brees hit Taysom Hill for a touchdown pass. They now lead the LA 20-10. 5.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Winter is here. Get your car ready at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Go to getanoilchange.com. I'm Jim Louth. Your next update in 1 hour.
Taking a look at tonight's game and the rest of the NFL. This is Patriots Preview presented by your New England Honda dealers. Here's Mark Bertrand on the Safety Insurance 98.5 The Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network.
I mean, if you're not motivated this week, you got major problems. This is the week where you shouldn't have to put in the extra. And this is people talk about you sign up any chance you get to win NFC Championship League. So I don't care where, when, time, cold, weather, rain, snow, don't matter.
Let's set the scene with Bob Socci. He joins us from Arrowhead Stadium in the broadcast booth along with Chris Gasper. He's brought to us by the Peterson School. Peterson School teaches the trades, electricity, plumbing, HVAC, and more. 3 convenient locations, Woburn, Westwood, and the newly opened one in Worcester. The Peterson School is just a short drive. PetersonSchool.com. Kickoff coming up in about 90 minutes. Patriots and Chiefs in Kansas City. Bob, how are you? I hope you put in some extra time this week, even though Tom Brady said no extra time needed.
Well, Vito, I'd like to think we're always motivated to the max in this broadcast booth, but certainly you try to sharpen the focus even that much more this time of the year. And it's hard to believe that this is the 6th year that Joe and I have been doing this together, and this is the 6th year we've been here at the AFC Championship. Really remarkable.
It's an annual thing now.
Bob, you mentioned you're sharpening the broadcast. Do you have a call ready to go if they win?
No.
Do you ever do that? Is that ever something you do?
Seriously, do you do that or no?
Because I know some are, Bob, I'm sorry to cut you off. I just know that some guys do it and some guys are like vehemently opposed to it. Right?
I think the best calls are born out of the emotion of the moment, and that's what I've learned from my experience, because I've tried it the other way, and I've learned the hard way that it doesn't sound as good. It sounds contrived, in my opinion, at least when I've done it in the past. I'd have to admit there are times, the morning of a Super Bowl, for example, when different themes or ideas enter your mind. But I think back to the playoffs a couple of years ago, the Patriots had a playoff slogan, "One More," and I involved that in my call. And boy, I got a lot of flack for that on the 10-2 radio show on our flagship back in Boston, 95 The Sports Hub.
Come on.
So I learned.
Those are good guys on that show.
That experience, not to come in with any contrived signature calls, so to speak.
No, Bob, but first of all, you got a lot of flack, but you still got your bonus for dropping it in there, right?
I'm gonna say how much
they can't take the money back.
Something
right,
tells me that the royalties check from NFL Films didn't hurt that year.
Yeah. That's the other factor, right? You got. Zoe is like the king of being on NFL Films, man. They love him. He's always in all those. You watch NFL Turning Point.
See,
inside the NFL, he's in all those.
I think that Socci is in more than Zoe.
They're both in.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. You can't turn on a commercial during the year where there's football, highlights involved in a commercial and not hear Bob Socci's voice. That's what I've learned. I learned that over the years.
Well, I ran into one of the Westwood One broadcasters for this game, Ross Tucker, at our hotel last night. He said, "I hear your calls all the time on our show on Sirius XM Radio." And I apologize to him, just as I apologize to my colleagues at our station for the promos that get a little wearisome for them, and for fans of other teams when they hear Zoe and I so often. But it's a byproduct, obviously, of the games we get to call and the players and coaches we get to follow. And the deeper you go, the more you're heard on NFL films. And, you know, I think you asked about coming into a game with a signature call. I will say one of the things that does resonate is the idea that, you know, whatever you say, it's going to be captured. Now, thankfully, they clean it up sometimes, but it's going to be captured by NFL films and by our station, and it's going to be remembered or hopefully forgotten if it's a bad call by fans, but generally people don't forget, you know, if you really screw things up. So that's more the motivation. Just stay focused, especially in a tight game, regardless of what the implications are, and try not to screw it up.
Bob, how are you go ahead, Chris.
No, I was going to ask the same question, Mark. I'm sorry, but I'll just go ahead. Bob, what's your feel for this one, and what's the most important factor, element for the Patriots to be successful today?
You know, I've had strong feelings both ways. I'm very confident one moment, and on you know, the next in the next moment, I think differently. But I go back to the last time the Patriots played an AFC Championship game on the road in Denver in January 2016, and had to deal with crowd noise. And I think about the makeup of that offensive line and the play of the center in particular in that game. There were reports afterwards that he may have been tipping the snap of the silent count, giving the Broncos pass rushers just an even more pronounced advantage. Not that they needed it with the crowd noise deafening as it was, playing a mile high. And I think this offensive line has had stability and continuity. And I think David Andrews, the center for the Patriots, is savvy enough and has earned the trust of Tom Brady and everybody on that coaching staff as well, that he's not going to give them a tell. It does come down to the tackles, though, how they protect on the edge.